All right, what's up guys? Today is gonna be the build out of my gym. So like I said, I want to document this whole process for you guys, and I want there to be a lot of educational information along the way. You know, for those of you guys that might be looking to do this yourself, or some tidbits and information that I picked up that I've learned on the past few days. So just to catch you up to this point, I rented my own, not my own, but I rented a Penske truck yesterday. I left out at about 9 in the morning. Got up to North Carolina at about 3 in the afternoon, was at the facility from 3 to 5, checking out equipment, testing different pieces, making sure that I was really happy with what I got. Left that at about 5, and I got home back last night around 11 o'clock. So it was definitely a long trip, but it's worth it. So what we're gonna do is I wanna do like a time-lapse video for you guys to let you in on this process. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna lay out the black flooring. I got specific gym flooring that has grooves underneath, so that way it's gonna keep the humidity out and it's not gonna create mold in here. So that's important because a lot of people go and they just get like barn mats, but the barn mats don't have the grooving with it. So that's gonna be the first step of this. We're gonna lay out, like I said, a time-lapse video today, go through every step of this process with you. And then once the build is done, I wanna go piece by piece and let you guys know why I picked the pieces that I did. I wanna go from priority of what I feel is most important for a home gym, most important for your own physique, and then we'll go from a needs basis to a want basis, and also prioritizing your own physiques within those wants. So like I said, I'm excited about doing this. Hopefully you guys learned something from it, and just I thought it'd be cool to do this. So I'm very excited about this, and just the opportunities and possibilities and fun and memories that are going to be created here, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that process with me. So all right, we're going to get after it. It's going to be a fun day of work today, and we'll keep you involved with the entire process.
Guys, I just want to give you some useful information as you're watching this, whether you are considering doing a gym yourself or you guys just want to follow along with the process of what I'm doing in my own gym. So as I mentioned in the introduction video, I did get these mats with the grooves in them, and the reason why that is important is because when you're training, you're transferring heat through the floor. That heat in the floor can then get caught within the mats, which creates humidity, and then obviously there's going to be some moisture within that. So with these grooves, it allows the moisture to get out and breathe, versus essentially with the barn mats, there's no breathability to them, so that's where mold can happen. So within these mats are 6 by 4. I got 12 of them for the space that I needed. The back area of my space was 19 feet wide by 10 feet deep. The front area of the space is 10 feet wide by 9.5 feet deep. So with that being said, I was gonna have a foot of not being covered, and rather than having a foot of no coverage on one side and then being fully flush against the wall on the other, I chose to go 6 inches and 6 inches. One of the reasons why I did that is if right now I did have dumbbells, I would get a dumbbell rack, and basically that foot of clearance on the one side would allow me to then have dumbbell racks just on the metal. But right now, dumbbells are the hardest things to access from 2 points, just overall accessibility, and then also the price point within that accessibility. I am looking at some cheaper options like Power Blocks, and Bowflex makes these as well. So it's a range from anywhere from 5 to 50 pounds, and then you can adjust that. So I do think that's a great option, especially when I essentially don't have another option right now. So that's something I'm considering. So as far as this build goes, I got 900 pounds of plates. You guys are seeing these power lift, deadlift blocks right now, which I'm very excited about. That's gonna allow me to pull from different heights, as well as do things like Bulgarian squats off of that. So as far as the build goes with this, one thing that I got, I went to Home Depot and I got a power jack, just to basically allow myself to use, it's like a handheld forklift. And it was like $50 for the day to really be able to use this equipment and get it out and get it mobile. So I would recommend that to you guys if you guys do not have one, because this stuff is very heavy and cumbersome, obviously, so that helps. You're gonna see that within the video itself. We didn't really have all that many hiccups, within moving this stuff. Obviously, you guys are seeing right here, one of the hardest things was because the power rack is so tall, getting it through the garage space, with the garage clearance is one of the hardest things initially, but the build overall went very, very well. So I was happy about that. It took us about 3 hours from the time that we started laying the floor until completion. And then I did a lot of odds and ends things that you guys aren't seeing on video here, but I went through each piece, I cleaned each piece. I started out with a magic eraser, and then Jordan has some special rags that we use as well with just some hot water and vinegar. I got each piece cleaned, and then I went piece by piece with the guide rods. I oiled down all the guide rods. And I want this to be like, obviously it's like the hardcore, gym type look, but at the same time, I want to go into a clean environment every day. I want to, I'm proud of this. I want to keep this equipment working well and functioning well. So that's what I did. I also went through all the nuts and bolts. I tightened all the nuts and bolts on everything, which is another thing that I did. And then also, lastly, some of this equipment has the plastic protectors on it for the weight stack itself. I took all those off. The reason why I did that is because I want to be able to use weight extenders and then add plates to things like the lat pull down, to the adductor machine and all that. So that's something else that I did as well.